Cosmic Beauty is reminding us that death is part of the cycle of life. So if you want to see their new palette, see 2 eye looks, swatches, hear my review, then just keep watching. If this happens to be your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. So you've probably already seen the inside of the Death palette by Cosmic Beauty. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this, I was like, for the holidays? I meant to ask the owner if this was supposed to launch around Halloween, but either which way, I think they made it work. And you know what? There's no rule that only holiday themed palettes can come out during the holiday season, so I'm gonna focus on the color story, but they are continuing with this really pretty tarot card like packaging. I'll show you some of their other palettes later in the video, but for now let's just focus on this beautiful palette. I want to show you guys close-ups and swatches and tell you a little bit about this. So this is a 20 color palette, and it says on the front, palette for face and body. Net weight is 20.6 grams or 0.727 ounces. On the back it says the palette is made in the DRC. It has a 24-month shelf life. And all the shades that are not intended for use in the eye area are also marked on the back of the palette. So take a peek back there if you are curious about what you can put and not put on your eye area or what's not recommended. I typically put everything on my eyes because I haven't had any issues, but I think they have to do that for regulatory reasons. As we approach a new season and the year comes to an end, we're reminded that everything in life has a cycle. Death is an essential phase of that cycle in order for us to make way for a new chapter. Our new Death Tarot inspired palette is coming on the 28th of November, 6 p.m. UK time. So I will go ahead and put the time conversion on the screen as well as in the description box. Okay, let's talk about the swatches really quickly. So the first shade is 13 in Roman numerals, and it's a silver with lots of silver shimmer in it. And then Morn is a bone colored matte. Scorpio is a shimmery black shade. Letting Go is a gray matte. This is definitely the smoky eye row. And then the next row is more of like that blue green. Closure is a green with a lot of like grayish to it, so it's like a gray green matte. Release is a shimmery blue with like purple sparkles in it. Challenges is a black and green shade. And then Acceptance is I think a multi-chrome. It shifts from like a purple to a yellow gold. And then we have Inevitable, which is a taupe. And then Self-Awareness is more of a really light brown. Growth is a bronzy color with purple and green sparkles in it. Surrender is a clay colored matte shade, and then Shedding is a brown matte. Rebirth is a multi-chrome, I think, as well. It shifts from like a red to a pink to an orange. Changes is a bright red matte. Transformation doesn't have much base to it, but it's like a pinky green. And then the last row is definitely like the purpley row. New Beginnings is a light purple matte shade. Awakening is a deep purple matte. Renewal is a holo with a purple base and lots of rainbow sparkles. And the End is a matte black. That one swatched kind of funky. My finger kind of slipped, so I'm sorry. That one looks like a blob, but I did do my best to swatch them. So those are my descriptions for you. Okay, the purple row is calling to me, so I'm going to create a purple look. I'm going to start off with this Awakening shade and put that on the outer portion of my crease. These eyeshadows felt so pigmented when I was swatching them. I think I need to be a little careful. Okay, I think that looks fine. I'm going to fix up the shape in a bit, but now we're going to go into New Beginnings, which is the lilac-y shade, and that's going to be kind of the main color all over the lid and the crease. Okay, that lilac shade really is so beautiful, as I expected from this brand. Of course, they never really disappoint me. And now I have to use the shade Renewal on the lid, of course. Just grabbing this Nabla brush. It's a little bit of an older brush. I gave the brush a spray, and now I want to start kind of in the middle. See how this shade picks up on the lid. Okay, I really like how that looks. I'm going to take the shade 13 and I'm going to put that on the inner portion of the lid. Just for something a little bit different. I'll probably make that my inner corner shade as well. Okay, so I did line the waterline with like a lilac-y color. I'm really liking how this is looking so far. I have this little pencil brush from Sigma and I'm gonna go into the silvery shade, the number 13. Give it a little spray and I'm gonna bring that onto the inner corner and the lower lash line a little bit. And then I'm gonna start off with the New Beginnings, like the lilac shade. I'm just gonna run that on the lower lash line. Okay, I think that looks good. And I'm gonna go into Awakening. I'm gonna need to be so careful with that color. And I'm just gonna run that like right here and then bring a little bit of it into the lower lash line. Really trying to keep good control of my little pencil brush here. Gonna go into the blending brush and just kind of try to shade it out a little bit. Okay, sorry, I got a little caught up in just like blending, but there's the look. I feel like I could make it even more dramatic with some black, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. So I'm gonna throw on the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Why, Karen, did you just get your hair done? Oh, I sure did. And my hairstylist curled it for me. So it's approximately 10 o'clock at night when I'm filming this video. And I'm so tired, but I was like, ain't no way I'm not filming a makeup look after having this fabulous hair, because you know when I wake up tomorrow, it's gonna be like not styled at all because I have no idea how to put this away so I can wake up with it looking at least somewhat decent. So I figured I get one night, I'm gonna make the best of it. So this is the finished look. I did go a little overboard on the blush. I'm a little bit like, let's just put the layers on so you can't see the blush. It's a bit over the top, but let me show you what's on my face today. I still have my Shop My Stash because I haven't filmed that video yet, but I did grab the One Size Turn Up the Base foundation and this really old Urban Decay concealer. I bought so many backups of this, so even though they don't make this concealer anymore, I'm still on a quest to use that up. And then for bronzer, I'm wearing the Physicians Formula bronzer and the Dibs bronzer from this duo. This is where things went a little off the rails. I grabbed Heroin from the Cosmic Beauty Halloween mystery box. This is such a pretty purple, but so pigmented. And then I thought, let me blend it out with another purple blush. So I grabbed the NYX Buttermelt and it just made it like really intense, but I was too scared to try and like wipe it off. So we're just gonna roll with it. And then I grabbed this old purple highlighter from Unearthly. This is so nice. It is their liquid highlighter in the shade Phantom Blur, I think is what it is, or Blue. I can't really see, but this is such a pretty liquid highlighter. I don't know if they make this one anymore, but it's really nice. Mine feels a little bit dry though, so I think I'm gonna declutter that. And then for liquid lipstick, I grabbed this one from Morgan Turner's collab with Odin's Eye. It's the shade LOML. It's a little bit bright of a pink with this eye look, but I thought, let me just try it out. I haven't worn this in forever, so I thought I would include it in this look. So that is the purpley look with the Death palette from Cosmic Beauty. So I definitely want to create more, so let's see what's next. Okay, so I do have some makeup on. I really want to do a neutral look with this palette because I think that it'll be helpful to you guys to kind of see past some of the more intimidating colors and the smoky vibes of this palette. There is a gorgeous row of neutral shades right here in the middle, and so I thought it would be fun to try and create a neutral look with this palette. Okay, I'm going to grab a Sigma brush to start off with, and I'm going to go into the shade called Self-Awareness, and I'm just going to apply that into the crease and kind of all over the lid as well. This is going to be probably a more simple look. Since this shade is so close to my skin tone, I'm kind of like messily applying it all over because why not? And then I think I'm going to use a little bit of the shade called Surrender right here. It's a taupey kind of beigey color. And I think that one I want to focus more into the crease and not bring it up as high as I did the shade called Self-Awareness. That is such a pretty color. It's like a really light kind of mustardy color. It doesn't have a ton of like yellow to it, but it gives some really good definition to the crease. Goodness, I love how those two shades look on my eyelid. Now I'm contemplating the outer corner. I think I could do this brown shade called Shedding, but I'm also curious to maybe use Challenges. I feel like that could be fun with like a deep green on the crease with this kind of mustardy kind of shade. It's an idea. It is indeed. Let's see. I kind of want to use the shade Transformation on the lid. So let's see how that looks on my eyes first, and then I'll decide what shade I want to use to smoke out the look. It looks very like purpley in the pan, but I could see it had like a really pretty like gold shift to it. So it looks very gold on my lid, pairing really well with these neutral colors, and it's foiling really nicely too. That is such a pretty color. I haven't used this brush in a long time. It's an angle brush from Unearthly. And I'm going to go into the shade Challenges, which is a deep green. And I like to just kind of use it on the very outer corner, almost like a faux wing. And I'm just going to drag the green into the outer corner just a little bit as well. And I'm going to create a little, almost like a little triangle shape there. So I'm just creating like almost like a little baby wing. Okay, I really like how those two shades are looking together. I think I'm going to blend with this, but actually I'm going to wait first. I'm going to line the waterline quick. Okay, so for my inner corner, I'm going to use the shade that I used on my lids here again. I'm going to go in with Transformation on a pencil brush, give it a little spray. We're just going to bring it down into the lower lash line as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my pencil brush and I'm going to go into the green shade called Challenges, and I'm just going to run it right up until like the halfway point here. Making sure we've got a nice blend. And I'm going to take a little bit more, just kind of complete that line. And I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Surrender, and I'm just going to run that on the outer perimeter of the green just to kind of blend it a little bit. Okay, and I think that's it for the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back into my Unearthly brush and just kind of add a little bit of green there. You know, the thing with me is on my outer corner, I get like super over the top, but I think it looks more flattering when I really focus the darker shade on the very outer part of the corner of my eye, because I have such like deep set eyes that when I like look at you straight on, most of my eye look is in my eye socket. So I think the green like really focused like that is more impactful, but you guys let me know what you think, of course. So yeah, I think the look is pretty much done. I know I said neutral, but I can't look away from a green matte shadow, so I had to throw that on. But let me go ahead and finish this makeup look, and I'll be right back to show it to you. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. I know the palette is called the Death Palette, but I was feeling so festive with this green neutral combo that I had to throw on my little Christmas earrings. So forgive me if that's weird, but I was just feeling it. Now, really quick, let me tell you what else is on my face today. So I've been trying to use things that are in my Shop My Stash. Still want to film that for you guys, but anyway, I grabbed the Hourglass. This is the Hydrating Skin Tint, and I have it in the shade 11. Trying to use this up a little bit, and a old Naked concealer from Urban Decay. I did also use this color corrector from Huda, and I've been trying to use powder and layer better. I've been watching a lot of Aditya, I think that's how you say his name. He's on Instagram a lot. I'm sure he's on TikTok too, but he's been teaching me how to cover up my dark circles. So I did use my Huda concealer as well as my One Size powder. For bronzer today, this is such a great combo. The Say Beauty liquid bronzer and the Physicians Formula powder bronzer. And for blush today and highlighter, I'm wearing Hannah Louise Poston and her collab with Salt New York. I did request the medium bundle, so I'm wearing the highlighter and the shade Oyster Fig as my blush and highlighter combo today. I'm also wearing the lip oil from the last collection that Cosmic Beauty did. This is the shade, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to see this. Ooh, maybe? Ritual. It's the lip oil in Ritual, and so exciting. I did get a PR package from Kaleidos. They're launching so many lip liners. It's probably going to take me half the night just to unpack everything, but I was too curious. I couldn't wait, so I grabbed one that looked good. This is the shade Sauce, and I was wearing this without the lip oil while I was filming the entirety of this video, so you guys would have gotten a good look at that lip liner, and it's a pencil lip liner, and it was really smooth and lovely. So I'm so excited because there's so many shades, and I cannot wait to dig into that collection. So yeah, that's some of the stuff on my face today. So I did go ahead and grab some of my other Cosmic Beauty palettes to show you the tarot card vibe that they've been doing. So this is the Lovers, then they did Starlight Society, and now we have Death. So you can definitely see these two. It definitely looks like tarot cards, so I'm so here for it, and I love that vibe. I did also grab some Cosmic Beauty palettes that are already in my collection in case you guys were like, are there any comparisons? I really don't see it. I did think of this Sinners palette, which was in their Halloween mystery box last year, but that was like a one-time release, and I thought these were quite similar because of the reds and the smoky shades, but Death definitely has more blues and just a little bit more variety with those neutral tones as well. So they're definitely not identical, but if you're not really into smoky colors, maybe you would want to skip this, although I will say this does have a lot of options. I did also grab Winter Wonderland just to kind of show you guys a little side by side with some of the blue. I mean, there's really only one like bright shimmery blue in this palette, but just in case. And then I did grab Cool Trails as well, just to show you guys a little side by side comparison, because I think people just really find comparisons so helpful. And since I have all of the Cosmic Beauty palettes, I'm happy to show you guys side by side. So those are just three of the palettes that I have with me that I thought I'd compare them to. Obviously, Cosmic Beauty has way more palettes, but I just wanted to show you that. And I rarely ever compare indie palettes, but I really wanted to look at these side by side even for myself because they kind of remind me of each other, and I think it's so funny how this happens inevitably with brands. So here is the Bella Beauté Bar Come Play With Us palette and the Cosmic Beauty Death palette. I think just like a similar vibe with the blues and the greens and the reds and the neutrals. So yeah, kind of wild, right? I love both of these brands, so I don't think you could go wrong with either of them. But if you're trying to be really critical and mindful of your spending, just thought I'd show you those. And then I don't think these ones are really that similar, but they have like a similar vein. So I thought I'd show you the Christmas Market palette from Nomad next to this one as well. Now I just want to give you guys a disclaimer. I'm not saying these are dupes. I'm not saying they're identical. They just kind of remind me of the vibes of the Death palette from Cosmic Beauty. I feel like I'm a little bit nervous when I do comparisons because I know behind the scenes I'll talk to my friends and sometimes I'll be like, guys, those two palettes totally look similar to me. And my friends will be like, Karen, you're crazy. And there's times where they'll tell me a palette looks similar and I'm like, no, it doesn't. So I think it's very much like the eye of the beholder, but I have a very big eyeshadow palette collection, so I thought, why not? If you guys disagree with me, that's totally fine. Just be really nice about telling me that you disagree. And let me know if you're planning on picking this one up. I don't know if they're going to have Black Friday sales for the rest of their website, but I'm telling you, if you haven't tried Cosmic Beauty, check out their palettes. I think they're all wonderful. And if I had my way, you would own every single one of them. I really was very taken aback when I saw the packaging of this palette. I was like, oh boy, that's very dreary weary. But honestly, this is a very fun color story. I really think you can just go down the rows and create looks, and you can also mix and match like I did with this eye look. My first look with all the purple shades was so fun. I really enjoyed creating that look. I really want to do a look with these colors. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'll touch the smoky road that much, but I also love wearing red eyeshadow and a red metallic, so I'm excited to play with it. If I had to guess, a lot of you guys are gonna be saying that you're creeped out by the packaging, because I did hear that a lot with the Bella Beauté Bar palette as well. And that's okay if you're not feeling it. You don't have to get it, of course. It's always fun to watch the videos though, right? So in case you missed it, this palette is launching on the 28th at 6 p.m. UK time. I will put the central time on screen as well as in the description box. I also have a code with Cosmic Beauty. It's KH Makeup. So if you want to use that, it really helps me out. I will make a commission on that, and I really, really appreciate it. Before I forget, let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite look. If you like the purple one, leave me a purple heart. And if you like this one, just leave me a neutral emoji, like a brown or a green. I guess you could do a brown or a green too. So yeah, let me know which one was your favorite look. That's one of my favorite things about these videos, is hearing which look you guys like. So I'm dying to know, but I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. If you have a little bit more time to hang out, check out some of my other videos. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow for new makeup releases. Bye for now.